ಆಕಾಶವಾಣಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರು.
ಬಾನುಲಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಬಾನತರಂಗದ ಶಾಲೆ, ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಶಾಲೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಂಗೆಯ ಶಾಲೆ.
ಬಾನುಲಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಎಸ್ಎಸ್ಎಲ್ಸಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ಸಿದ್ಧತೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಇಂದಿನ ವಿಷಯ ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ಭಾಷೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್. ಮಾಹಿತಿ ನೀಡುತ್ತಾರೆ ಸರಕಾರಿ ಪದವಿ ಪೂರ್ವ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಕಾವೂರು ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಾದ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಕೊಲಾಸೋ.
ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ ತಿಳಿಯೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ, ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ, ತಿಳಿಯೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ.
Hello my dear friends, I wish you all a joyful morning. I am very delighted to talk to you again. In our previous episode, we discussed in detail the most likely questions of the prose lessons. Hope you remember everything, and I am sure you are revising with great interest and enthusiasm. Hope you are ready with your reader and the notebook once again to note down whatever you feel worth noting down. Are you ready? Can we start? Okay, so let's begin with the 6th unit. From the 6th unit, you can definitely expect an extract. The extract that I am going to share with you have been taken from the earlier question papers. The first one is, what does that child stand between me and death, said Columbus. When did Columbus say this? Second one, who is the child? Third, what had the child done? Second statement, a good sailor knows his place. To whom was this said? Was Columbus giving a piece of advice or was it an indirect command? C. What was Diago's reaction? Third one, once clear of the devil's track to nowhere, we will blow our way back home. Who made this statement? What does devil's track to nowhere suggest about the thinking of the seamen? How did they prove to be wrong? Fourth one, discipline knows no buts. Who said these words? Second one, when did he say this? What did he mean to say by these words? Fifth statement, here is a keg of rum, to kingdom come, the devil laughs, but God is dumb. Who sang this song? What emotion is expressed in the song? Why was this song repeated throughout the journey? 6. It is, sir, glory be to God. Who said this? Who is the sir mentioned here? Why did he thank God? 7. Discipline is a thing of the past, sir. It's you or us. Who made this statement? Who is the you referred to here? What made the speaker say these words? Statement number 8. Captain, be careful. Sometimes they are desperate. Who is the speaker? Who does they refer to? Why were they desperate? Statement number 9. I prefer your company to theirs. Who does I refer to? B. Whose company does the speaker refer to? C. When did the speaker say this? We can have many more extracts from this lesson. Definitely with the help of your teacher, you would be able to answer the questions. I just gave you some examples for your revision. Let us proceed to the 7th unit, Colors of Silence. Here again from this unit you can expect 3 types of questions. 2 marks question or a 3 marks question extract, or again a 3 marks question expecting you to answer in 5 to 6 sentences. One of the 3 types would be asked. So let's go through the possible 2 marks questions. First one, why was Satish confined to bed? Or what made Satish feel miserable? Second one, why did Avatar Naren become angry with the headmaster? Third, at the beginning, Avatar Naren did not like his son's love for painting. Why? Fourth one, how did Satish's brother Inda try to help him? Fifth one, give a short description of the bird that Satish saw one day. Sixth one, why had Satish not gone to school? Or how did Satish meet with an accident? 7. How did Satish express his gratitude to his father? Which action of Satish changed his father's attitude? 9. Both the parents were well-wishers. How did Satish's parents care for him? 10. Many schools refused to admit Satish. How did it affect him? Next, let's go through some extracts carrying 3 marks. First one, Satish, why did you not come to school today? Hope you are ready to answer the questions. Who asked this question? Why did he ask him many times? What was the reply? Second one, be ready to answer the questions. Listen to the statement first. You can learn a great deal of things just by reading. Who said these words? Second one, why did his father encourage him to read books? Which book did Satish read? How was Satish influenced? Third one, this is an idle pastime. You would do better to read and get some knowledge. Who said this and to whom? What does pastime mean? Why did the speaker say so? Fourth one, Satish's eyes filled with tears and he did an uncharacteristic thing. When did Satish's eyes fill with tears? What does uncharacteristic mean? See, what was uncharacteristic thing done by him? Fifth one, my son is not dumb, sir. His hearing is a little bad. He is under treatment and will soon be fine. Who argued like this? B. Who did he argue with? C. When did he argue? 6.1. It has been more than 3 years since he became ill. How do you think he can recover his hearing? Who said these words and to whom? How did Satish lose his hearing? Why did she say these words? 7th one. This is a school for normal boys. Why don't you take your son to the school for deaf and dumb children? Who said these words and to whom? When did the speaker say these words? Why did he refuse to admit the boy to the school? Hope you are attentive and listening. Let's proceed to the 8th one. He saw a bird that was unlike any he had seen before. When did he see the bird? What was the most important thing about the bird? What did he do soon after the bird flew away? 9. He had discovered another pastime which he could indulge in. Who does he refer to here? What was the pastime which he had discovered? What was his father's reaction? 10th one. It was as if a whole world opened out for him. A. Who does him refer to? B. When did he feel so? Third one. What was its effect on him? So these were some of the examples for extracts. And a 3 marks question that you can expect from this lesson is, and the question has been asked many times, in spite of disability, how did Satish become a world famous personality? If you can be ready with an answer for this question, maybe you would be able to answer all 3 types of questions. It could be 2 marks, 3 marks an extract, or a 3 marks question expecting you to answer in 5 to 6 sentences. Dear students, if you are ready to answer the 2 marks questions, I think you won't find it difficult to answer the extracts. Let's now move on to the next unit, unit number 8, Science and Hope of Survival. No doubt only 1 2 marks question would be asked from this lesson. Some of the important questions are as follows. According to the author, why do some people choose to become scientists though they may not earn much money? Why did the superpowers meet in Geneva? Third one, technical experts were summoned to solve the problem that arose. What was the problem? How can you prove that scientists are the most practical people in the world? Question number 5. What did Boruc learn at the Geneva summit? Question number 6. How could Kaylis Boruc help to solve the problem? 7. What was the common thread that bound scientists from the opposite sides of the Iron Curtain? Question number 8. How does basic science help one's career? Question number 9. Who will be headhunted by financial institution and pharmaceutical industries? Why? Question number 10. What reward do the scientists get? How are they different from lawyers, doctors, and businessmen? Dear students, now let us discuss in detail the most probable questions of the 4 lessons of supplementary reading. There will be internal choice. It could be 1 and 3, 2 and 4, or 1 and 2, and 3 and 4. Now let us go through some questions. Let me tell you that all the questions that I am going to share with you now have appeared in the question papers of the previous years. Let me draw your attention to the first unit under supplementary reading, that is the Narayanpur incident. The possible questions are: why were the students marching in the street? Why was it termed uncommon? 2. Can you guess what the police officer had been talking to the student leaders? Third one, Babu and Manju were a bit disappointed with the way students were marching. What was the reason? Fourth one, what had the police expected about the way of protest? How did the student leaders manage the protest? 5. What was there in the mysterious parcel? What suspicion did the police have about that? Question number 6. Why had Patil, the sub-inspector, come to Mohan's house? Who believed him? What was the result? Question number 7. How do you say that Mohan's mother was also supporting the students' struggle? Question number 8. The march was silent in the lesson Narayanpur incident. Give reasons. Now let us proceed to the second lesson under supplementary reading, On Top of the World. And the possible questions are: why did Dicky Dolma take up mountaineering? Or Dicky Dolma says it is not a difficult decision for her to take up the challenge of the lofty mountains. Why does she say so? Both the questions have the same answer. Question number 2. What were the hardships experienced by Dicky Dolma? Or how did Dicky Dolma face hardships and challenges in her early life? Or the same question can be asked like this: mention any 2 events to show that Dicky Dolma had a tragic childhood. Third one. What does Dicky Dolma say about the view from the top of the Mount Everest? Or when did Dicky Dolma climb Mount Everest? How does she describe this achievement? Question number 4. Why does Dicky Dolma say that she is not a shirker? 5th. What can we learn from Dolma's life? 6th. What qualities of Dicky Dolma led her to realize her dream? Briefly explain. If you can prepare yourselves to answer these questions, you are sure to score 2 marks in this section. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ 2 ಅಂಕ ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಿಸಬಹುದು. Let us proceed to the third unit, that is a great martyr ever cherished. Here I have listed 9 questions, again selected from the previous question papers. The first one: life for Hanif in the beginning was never a smooth sail. Why was it so? The absence of mother taught the children something. What was that? Third one: how does the writer describe the introvert Hanif? Fourth one: how do you say that Hanif was a talented boy? Fifth: what did Hanif choose as his mission? Why did he do so? The writer speaks of the smile that welcomes anyone who enters Hanif's house. What more do we know about this smile? 7. How does Hanif describe his IMA training? 8. What were the dreams of Hanif? Were they fulfilled? 9. What can we learn from the life of Hanif? And the next unit is the bird of happiness. The first question: what changes came over Wangjiya as the bird of happiness caressed him? 2. What do you like the most in the story? Support your answer by giving reasons. Why did none of the people who went in search of the bird of happiness return? Fourth one, what sustained Wang Jia in the second phase of the journey? Fifth one, what did the old folk of Tibet say about happiness? Sixth, why did Wang Jia decide not to go back? 7. What was the result of Wang Jia's journey to find the bird of happiness? 8th one, how did the bird of happiness relieve the poor people of their hardships? If you can be ready for answering these questions, as I told you earlier, here in this section of the supplementary reading, you can easily score 4 marks. Now, dear students, let me briefly share with you the present question paper pattern. We have in the question paper in total 14 mains, beginning with the first one and ending with the 14th one. That is, first one MCQ questions and the last one letter writing. So this way you have in total 14 mains. Let me briefly explain the present question paper pattern. First main would be answering the MCQ questions. There would be 4 questions on grammar. 4 alternatives would be given. You will have to choose the best alternative and complete the incomplete statements. And as I told you, all the first 4 MCQ questions would be from the grammar section. Next you have the second main, do as directed, which carries 12 marks. And the first section, the first main carries 4 marks. And here the second main, do as directed, again related to grammar and vocabulary. You have 12 questions, each question carrying 1 mark. If you refer to the list of grammar items and the vocabulary items given by the board, there are 22 items, but here in the question paper you would find only 16 items. That means you'll have to be ready for 22 items. Definitely your teachers know about it. You can ask your teachers. Maybe your teachers have already shared with you. So the second main, as I told you, has 12 questions based on vocabulary and grammar. So you have to concentrate more on this if you want to really score high in the second language, English. Third main would be a very easy question, if at all you understand it well, which carries 2 marks, where you will have to edit a paragraph, find the mistakes in the paragraph. Of course, the clues are given, what mistakes you have to find and correct. So read, as I told you earlier, again and again, find the correct mistakes and write the answers correctly and score 2 marks. That would be the third main. Fourth one expects you to answer 7 questions in 2 or 3 sentences. 7 into 2, you have 14 marks to score there. 7 questions, 4 from prose, 1 from poetry and 2 from supplementary reading. So in total you have 7 questions here. Next you have fifth main, which expects you to answer questions in 5 to 6 sentences each. You have 2 questions, 1 from prose and 1 from poetry. Next, the sixth main, very interesting and really easy if at all you have listened to your teachers well in the classroom when discussing the lessons. ಪಾಠ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗಮನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಉತ್ತರಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗ್ತದೆ. 12 ಅಂಕಗಳಿದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 3 questions from prose and 1 from poetry. Next you have main number 7, wherein you will have a profile into a paragraph. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಬಳಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ನೀವು ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೀಸ್ 3 marks. ಸುಲಭ ಇದೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಶೂರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಟಾಟ್ ಯು ಹೌ ಟು ಈಸಿಲಿ ರೈಟ್ ಎ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ಲೂಸ್ ಗಿವನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 8th main, 8ನೇ main ಇದೆ, ವೇರಿನ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಕ್ಲೂಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಟು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೀಸ್ 3 marks. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೆಲೆಟನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಕತೆಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ ಕೆಲವು ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. You will have to use those clues and develop a story. And definitely the story given would be a familiar story, and you have to read again and again, get familiar with it and try to expand it into a very interesting story. 9th main would be to study the picture and write a paragraph again, which carries 3 marks. You'll have to study the picture properly and write short sentences about the picture, what you find in the picture. 10th main would be again a very easy question wherein you will have to memorize the poem and write there. You will have a choice between poem number 2 and poem number 7. So learn both the poems, learn the full poem, don't limit yourselves to a few stanzas. Then the next main, the 11th main would be to read the paragraph and answer the 2 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. So 4 marks easy to score. You'll have to read the paragraph again and again 2-3 times and then answer the questions. The 12th main would be to write the summary. Definitely you have internal choice here among 3 summaries of 3 poems. So therefore studying the summaries of poems is very important. You can easily score 4 marks here. I'm sure your teachers have already trained you well to answer the question of this section, enabling you to score 4 marks. 13th question expects you to write an essay, which again carries 4 marks. 3 topics would be given, out of which you will have to choose one and follow the format of an essay, introduction, body, and then conclusion. In 3 paragraphs, you will have to write the essay. The last one, 14th one, the longest question in the question paper and the question which has the highest marks, that is 5 marks. Again, very easy to score. You have a choice between the formal and informal letters. Choose whichever you want or choose whichever the teachers have trained you for and do not lose marks here. Very easy to score 5 marks. So this way you have, as I told you, 14 mains carrying in total 80 marks. The question paper is of 80 marks and the time duration is 3 hours, out of which 15 minutes to read the question paper in the beginning and 2 hours 45 minutes for you to write. So you have enough time to write, therefore you don't have to hurry. Take time and think well and write well and score well. All right, my dear students, that's all for now. May you all become the true sources of happiness, both at home to your parents and at school to your teachers. So don't take things for granted. As students of 10th standard, you have a very great responsibility. Your parents and teachers have great expectations from you, and that expectation is nothing but good results. You still have enough time. Even if you score less marks in the preparatory examinations, don't decide that it is the end of everything. According to our respected former president, late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the word end may be elaborated as effort never dies. ಅಂದರೆ ಸತತ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿಯೂ ಫಲ ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಕವಿವಾಣಿ ಹೇಳುವಂತೆ ನಾವು ಮರಳಿ ಯತ್ನವ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಷ್ಟೆ. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕರೇಜ್ಡ್, ಬಿ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನ್ಡ್, ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್. I take this opportunity to wish you every success in the forthcoming examination. May you all pass out with flying colors so that all at home and at school can be proud of you. May God bless you with a wonderful future. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Take care. ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ. ಉಜ್ವಲ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ನಿಮ್ಮದಾಗಲಿ. ವಂದನೆಗಳು.
ಬಾನುಲಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಬಾನತರಂಗದ ಶಾಲೆ, ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಶಾಲೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗಂಗೆಯ ಶಾಲೆ.
ಬಾನುಲಿ ಶಾಲೆ ಎಸ್ಎಸ್ಎಲ್ಸಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಾ ಸಿದ್ಧತೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ದ್ವಿತೀಯ ಭಾಷೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಈ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಒದಗಿಸಿದವರು ಸರಕಾರಿ ಪದವಿ ಪೂರ್ವ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಕಾವೂರು ಇಲ್ಲಿನ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಾದ ವಿಲಿಯಂ ಕೊಲಾಸೋ.
ತಿಳಿಯೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ, ಕಲಿಯೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ, ತಿಳಿಯೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ ಗೆಳೆಯರೇ.